Hi guys, welcome to TULEMAR. My name is Pedro. I'm gonna be your guide here for the sloth walk, so follow me. So the Sloth Institute was created to fill a gap in conservation. There's a lot of organizations that really know how to go from tiny baby to adult sloth, but there was a lack of what happens next. So there was a few attempts back in the day. They were releasing their sloths, but they kind of like throwing them out. Nobody really knew what happened. Are they surviving? Are they dying the next day? They were not eating enough. They were starving. They were getting poisoned because they're eating the wrong type of food. So we're trying to change that. We have a whole program. We received a lot of orphans. Sadly, their moms get in trouble. They get electrocuted. They get attacked by dogs. Those are the main reasons. We receive them. People bring them to us, or MINAE, that is the Costa Rica Environmental Agency, will send it to us. So we have to raise them as tiny babies. As they grow older, we are introducing extra food so that they know what they need to look for in the wild. We have some setups for them to practice climbing, that sort of thing. And when they're old enough, we have a pre-release enclosure. What we did there is we basically fenced out part of the forest. So they're climbing on real trees, they're eating off those trees. And when they feel confident enough, we put a radio collar on them, and then we release them, and then we follow them for at least 2 years to make sure that they're surviving and slothing properly, scientific term. So this is our first stop. What we have here is basically a leaf buffet. We have ficus, we have water apple, we have mango, we have pink trumpet. All of these things are things that the sloths like to eat. They primarily eat leaves, flowers, and also seed pods. And most of the time they're not sleeping, they're eating basically. Basically they do everything up in the trees. They mate, they have their babies up there, they fight, they sleep, they eat. The one thing that they come down for is to go to the bathroom. That happens about once a week only. They can actually hold it for about a week and a half. If they wait that long, they get gigantically bloated. And when they finally go, they can lose up to 30% of their body weight. It's really fun to look at them when they do that, because sometimes they kind of twerk when they do it. So yeah, she goes down, she gets to the bottom, she's holding onto the trunk of the tree, puts her legs on the ground, and starts like wiggling. Okay, this is very exciting. So we have here a pretty young two-finger sloth. Must have had a rough night because he's awake during the day. They're usually nocturnal. That's one of the key differences between 2 fingers and 3 fingers that I haven't really mentioned. 2 fingers are nocturnal, 3 fingers are what we call cathemeral. That means that they can be nocturnal or diurnal. They just pick. There's a lot of other differences. The easiest one is just the color of the hair. These guys are kind of blonde or brown. The other guys are more gray. The 3 fingers have a mask. These guys have more like a pig nose. These guys look very young. It might be the kid of one of our own, Cher, that lives nearby here. Named after the famous musician. It's actually one of our themes. All of the 2 fingers are named after musicians. All of the 3 fingers are named after Disney characters. That's actually our second choice, because first we were really into Game of Thrones, but some of the songs started getting in trouble, so we thought it was bad juju, so we stopped that. And we went to Disney. That is like the safest bet. So one of the main questions that we get, we don't love this question, is what eats sloths? And the main predator for the sloth is the harpy eagle. Harpy eagles, when they're training the young eagles, they can eat up to 5 sloths a week, which is not great for them. Luckily, in Costa Rica, there's not harpy eagles. So what the sloths have to worry about is ocelots. Ocelots are designed to hunt them. They're really good climbers. They always seek them out. So sloths has to be very careful about these predators. It's very different in between the 2 species. So the 3 fingers, let's start with them. The way that it usually works is that the female will climb to the highest point of her tree and she's going to start screaming. It's a high-pitched squeal. It sounds kind of like a hawk or an eagle calling. It can be as often as every 20 minutes, and it can be all day until somebody shows up. When somebody shows up, there's a little bit of a fight. It's the only time that we see three fingers fighting. They're pulling each other down, trying to get there first, and basically whoever gets there first gets to be with her. The guy will spend about a day visiting her several times during that day, and then they go their separate ways. They're kind of deadbeats. Two fingers are even more hippie, free love kind of thing. Almost every time that two fingers meet, they will kiss. It could be a quick kiss and then they go their separate ways. It could be a kiss and then they immediately start fighting. I guess it's polite to kiss first. We're not really sure. The other kind of kissing, the one's going to lead to something else. It starts adorable, of course, because he's two sloths kissing, so I was like, oh. It goes on for an awkward amount of time, like, oh my God, guys, get a branch. When that sort of thing sorts itself out, they will continue kissing. Sometimes they will kiss other parts of each other's anatomy. If everybody agrees with the situation, then they will mate. In this case, they would just do it once and then they go their separate ways. Something that happens when they're mating is that they do it fairly fast. It's a weird thing to decide to be fast. What we believe is that it's a safety thing. So if two sloths are together for a long time, that could attract predators. So they have to be very efficient, do what they need to do, and then go their separate ways. That has been researched. It's been published in several articles. I'm pretty sure that at least one of those articles was published by a male sloth. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I swear, I heard a jaguar. This never happens to me. So yeah, that's how they excuse themselves. So we started as a research organization, but as we went on, we started also rescuing. And we have many cases. One of the main problems that they have is that they get electrocuted. For example, Moby had really bad burns on his face. We were able to treat those and get him better, and now he's training and he'll be soon released. We also have, for example, Humpty Dumpty, just like the character, he fell, had a bunch of fractures. He was a tiny baby, so we've been rehabbing, and then we have to basically train him on how to be sloth. Once he is fully trained, he will be released back into the wild. So people love to take pictures with sloths, and we understand and we support that. The problem is that there's people that go and steal them from the wild, and that's how you can get selfies with them. We are very much against that, and we hope that you would do it too. But we want to offer a solution. And this is our solution. So this is Freedom. Freedom is our mascot, and she's the only sloth that loves selfies. So when you guys come to TULEMAR, take a picture with her. She would love it. It's been a pleasure being here with you guys today. It's been fun, but it's so much better to do it live. So if you guys can, please don't cancel, just postpone. Me and the sloths will be waiting here for you.